in a summer breeze. Maestro.
You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now, 7 o'clock on a Friday night. Time for some blues here on the Friday Night Blues Show on a night of a day that had a mixed bag of weather in the Wairarapa. I spent most of the day up in the Tararua, where they had basically torrential showers and high winds, and the showers were coming in horizontally at times. They also chucked in a little bit of hail as well, so it was a bit of a rough day in the Tararua, but hopefully, according to the weather forecast, we're going to have a fine weekend here in the Wairarapa. Right, first up, we've got a track by Sister Rosetta Tharpe, and a song called Can't No Grave Hold My Body Down.
Can't no grave hold my body down. I'm gonna get up out of the ground. I can't no grief hold my body down. It was early one morning, just about the break of day. The angel came from glory and rolled the stone away. But when the women came along and they found that the Savior was gone, you know, can't no grief hold my body down. Sea. But I don't want you to blow that trumpet, Gabriel, until you get an answer from me. I want you to blow, 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 blow. Ain't no grief hold my body down. No, 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 can't no grief, you know, hold my body down. I'm gonna rise one morning, can't no grief oh, yes. When that fight's trumpet sound, don't you know I'm gonna get up out of the ground. Yeah, can't no grief hold my body down. Can't no grief hold my body down. Well, 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 can't no grief hold my body down. Can't no grief hold my body down. Can't no grief.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe there, and a song called Ain't No Grave Keep My Body Down. Nice sort of spiritual feel to that song, because a lot of the earlier blues singers played blues music and were also preachers, and one of them that springs to mind is the guy Johnson. I just can't quite remember his first name, but he was a blues singer on a Saturday night, and he was a preacher on Sunday morning, preaching about the devil's music, blues music. So I suppose one balances the other out. Back in 1959, Muddy Waters put out an album called Muddy Waters Sings Big Bill, and he had an album of songs written and put out by Big Bill Brunsey, and here's one of the tracks from that album, a song called Hey Hey.
ain't gonna be your dog. Hey, baby, hey, baby, hey. Hey, baby, hey, baby, hey. Put your arm around me, all I can say is hey. Hey, baby. Lost your good thing now. Hey, baby, lost your good thing now. Thought you had me fooled, but I found it out somehow. Larry up a cotton. Hey, baby, hey. Hello, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby, hey. How you do, girl? Hey, baby. Hey, baby, hey.
Muddy Waters there from 1959. I thought we'd play another track by Muddy Waters. This one actually was his first big hit, recorded in April in 1948. Amazing to think that that was, if I can do my sums right, 72 years ago when he recorded I Can't Be Satisfied.
Child, don't you wanna go? Woman, I'm trouble. I be all worried mine. Well, babe, I just can't be satisfied, and I just can't keep from crying. Well, I feel like snapping, pistol in your face. I'm gonna let some graveyard lord be her resting place. Woman, I'm trouble, I be all worried mine. Well, baby, I can't never be satisfied, and I just can't keep on crying. Baby. Doorbell ring, looking for my baby. I didn't see not a doggone thing. Woman, I was trouble, I was all worried mine. Well, honey, I could never be satisfied, and I just couldn't keep on. Well, I know my little baby, she gon' jump and shout. That old train delayed me, Lord, and I come walking out. I be trouble, I be all worried mine. shot of fire, and I just can't keep from crying.
Muddy Waters there from 1948. On the program tonight, we might be all over the place in terms of when songs were recorded, but the next one was actually recorded in 1951. It was put out by Tiny Bradshaw and his orchestra, a song that was really popular with the R&B bands in the UK. In the early 1960s, a song called "The Train Kept Rollin'."
Whoa, Batu-day. Oh, what a girl. Oh, Batu-day. Oh, what a girl. Boo-dow. Boo-dow. Boo-day. Boo-day. A Batu-day. Oh, what a girl. I off the train. I met a real dame. She was a hipster and a gone dame. She was pretty from New York City. And she trucked on down the old fair lane with a heave and a hoe, and I just couldn't let her go. So get along, sweet little woman, get along. Better be on your way, get along. Sweet little woman, get along. Better be on your way with a heave and a hoe, and I just couldn't let her go. Yes, the train kept rolling all night long. Yeah, the train kept rolling all night long. Oh, the train kept rolling all night long. The train kept rolling all night long. Oh, the train kept rolling all night long. And I still wouldn't let her go. She must have thought I was a real gone jerk. We got off the train at El Paso. Her loving was so fine, Jack, I couldn't let her go. Get along, sweet little woman, get along. Better be on your way, get along. Sweet little woman, get along. Better be on your way with a heave and a hoe, and I sure couldn't let her go. Yeah, the train kept rolling all night long. Oh, the train kept rolling all night long. The train kept rolling all night long. Yeah, the train kept rolling all night long. The train kept rolling all night long. And I still wouldn't let her go.
Tiny Bradshaw there with a style of blues that was known as jump blues, very popular in the late 1940s and early 1950s. It was really using bands that were smaller than the big bands that were popular earlier in the 1940s, and they had lesser numbers, but they certainly pushed out a pretty strong sound. And one of the leaders of that particular style of blues was Louis Jordan, and here's Louis Jordan in the Saturday Night Fish Fry.
If you ever been down to New Orleans, then you can understand just what I mean. Now all through the week it's quiet as a mouse, but on Saturday night they go from house to house. You don't have to pay the usual admission if you're a cook or a waiter or a good musician. So if you happen to be just passing by, stop in at the Saturday Night Fish Fry. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rockin', it was rockin'. You never seen such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. Now my buddy and me was on the main stem, fooling around, just me and him. We decided we could use a little something to eat. So we went to a house on Rampart Street. We knocked on the door and it opened with ease. And a lush little miss said, "Come in, please." And before we could even bat an eye, we were right in the middle of a big fish fry. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. Now my buddy and me, we fell right in and we hollered, "Let the joy begin." Now we figured this was a good place to play, 'cause the party was already underway. But all of a sudden the lights went low and everybody made straight for the front door. Man, I was so scared I didn't know where to go. I stood right there, then I fell on the floor. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. Now the women was screaming and jumping and yelling. The bottles was flying and the fish was smelling. And way up above all the noise they made, somebody hollered, "Better get out of here, this is a raid." I didn't know we were breaking the law, but somebody reached over and hit me on the jaw. They had us blocked off from the front to the back, and they were putting them in the wagon like potato sacks. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. I knew I could get away if I had a chance, but I was shaking like I had the St. Vitus dance. Now I tried to crawl under a bathtub when the policeman said, "Where you going now, bub?" Now they got us out of there like a house of fire, put us all in that black Mariah. Now they might have missed a pitiful few, but they got both me and my buddy too. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. We headed for jail in a day's condition. They booked each one of us on suspicion. Now my chick came down and went for my bail and finally got me out of that rotten jail. Now, if you ever want to get a fist in your eye, just mention a Saturday night fish fry. I don't care how many fish in the sea, but don't ever mention a fish to me. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn. It was rocking. It was rocking. You never see such scuffling and shuffling till the break of dawn.
Are you tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station? The time now is 19 minutes after 7 o'clock, and you're listening to the Friday Night Blues Show, and I think this show is also going to be broadcast, I think, on a Wednesday through Radio Kidnappers, which is a sister access station up in the Hawke's Bay. It's not going to be broadcast at the same time, so if anyone starts listening up in the Bay and you can't quite figure out the time I give is the time when the station goes live on air over the Wairarapa. Just a little bit of information about us. We are a sister access station to Radio Kidnappers, and broadcast all sorts of things such as that great station does as well. We're based in Marston. We broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on 92.7 FM, and you can also catch us on the website, and also the programs are either broadcast live or are recorded and broadcast over our regional TV station, which is Wairarapa TV. You can pick that one up on Freeview channel number 41. Right, next up we've got Sam Lay and an old Howling Wolf song.
Taking my heart away. When you left me this morning, you taking my heart away. That's all right now, baby. You're gonna come back home someday. All right. Won't you call me on the phone? Well, when you leave me, won't you call me on the phone? You know I'll send your money, baby, if you would only come back home. Oh, come on back, baby. Just started doing me wrong. All right. Gonna do me wrong. How long are you gonna do me wrong? Ain't nobody never lived that did do somebody wrong.
Sam Lay there from an album he put out just a few years ago called Rush Hour Blues, put out by Sam Lay and the Chicago Blues Band. Sam Lay was, during the 1960s, early 1960s, the drummer in Howling Wolf's backing band. Right, next up we've got a track from a trio of really talented ladies that broke up a few years ago, but they recorded a number of very, very good albums for Alligator Records. The ladies were known as Sapphire, the Uppity Blues Woman, and this song's called Don't Treat Your Man Like a Dog.
I woke up this morning, my dog was on my bed. My man was somewhere else, just chasing something else instead. My pooch was sympathetic. He's always on my side. He's faithful and devoted. He's companion, friend, and guide. Hey girls, don't treat your man like a dog. If you need protection, if danger's lurking near, your mutt would give his life for you. You'd never need to fear. But if your man is hanging round, your future may be grim. Statistics show you probably need protection from him. Hey girls, don't treat your man like a dog. If you treat your fellow like he was royalty, he'll just take you for granted, you know. Most males of our species don't exhibit loyalty. They just tomcat wherever they go. And it's hard to find a human male as charming as a pup. I know some who can speak and fetch, roll over and sit up. But though they can do tricks for you with charm and dignity, and though they give great intellect, they lack nobility. Hey girls, don't treat your man like a dog. Where you can pamper your puppy, he'll love you just the same. He'll never ever make you pay. But if you spoil your man, he'll be chasing after every bitch who wags her tail his way. So feed your pooch Purina and take him to the vet. Brush him when he's tangled and dry him when he's wet. But if you want a sweetie who will never dog you round, forget about the singles bars, you ought to try the pound. Hey girls, don't treat your man like a dog. No girls, don't treat your man like a dog.
From 1984 there, the title track to the LP put out by Roomful of Blues, the LP called Dressed Up to Get Messed Up. Of course, Roomful of Blues, they've been going since 1969, so they've been going for 51 years at the moment. But of course, things are not quite going to plan as they had over the preceding decades because of COVID, particularly in the States. Right, 28.5 minutes to 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM. Let's have a track from an album put out by Rory Block. The album called, if I remember rightly, The Lady and Mr. Johnson, where she covers Robert Johnson songs.
I went to the crossroads, went down, fell down on my knee. Lord, I went down to the crossroads, mercy, have mercy, fell down on my knee. Ain't nobody seem to know me. Everybody passing me by, passing me by. Seem to know me. Everybody passed me by. The sun goes down, boy. Y'all don't catch me here. Oh, dark don't catch me here. I ain't got no loving sweet man now. What a feel my killer. You can run. Tell my friend for Willie Brown. You can run. Tell my friend for Willie Brown. Standing at the crossroad, baby, I believe I'm sinking down.
Next up, we've got a track from an album that came out last year by a young guy called Christone Ingram, otherwise known as Kingfish. Now, when this guy recorded this album, he was 20 and came out last year. An interesting thing about it was he got his nickname Kingfish, so he's known as Kingfish, or Christone Kingfish Ingram, by his guitar teacher at school. And according to Kingfish, the king part of the name reminds me of Albert, Freddie and BB, and the fish part reminds me of Muddy. Some people have trouble with my first name, so they just call me Kingfish. This guy is incredibly talented. For his debut album, he actually had Buddy Guy and Keb Mo as guests on it, and I've picked a track that I think Keb Mo is playing a resonator guitar on, a track called Hard Times.
Talking to my neighbors, listening to my friends. Everybody's hurting. When's it gonna end? Hard times. I'm talking about hard times. If it wasn't for my woman, I believe I'd lose my mind. Prices going up down at the dollar store. Things we used to buy, we can't buy no more. Hard times. I'm talking about hard times. If it wasn't for my woman, I think I'd lose my mind. Children of the future, better find a better way. Doomsday's round the corner, gonna be some hell to pay. Hard times. Talking about in hard times. If it wasn't for my baby, I believe I'd lose my mind.
Christone Kingfish Ingram there with a song called Hard Times. Incredibly talented young guy, there's no question about that, and I think we might play another track from that album, a track that features Buddy Guy, or I might play another track. We'll just see what pops up. Next up, we've got Magic Sam and All Your Love.
Can it be mine?
baby, you will find on the ground.
Outside of this town, I have friends and family that I see every day. Don't plan on moving forward, stuck in the same old place. But that's not the road that I wanna go down. Forever, but I just can't stick around. I know that there's life outside of this town. Outside of this town, outside of this town, outside of this town, outside of this town.
Christone Ingram, or Kingfish, and that was the first track on his debut album that he put out last year, a song called Outside of This Town. As I said, that guy is an incredible new talent, can play country blues, can play electric blues, or anything in between. Actually hails from the heart of the blues, the Delta. He comes and is still living in Clarksdale. All right, it is, 13 minutes to 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the Friday Night Blues Show. And next up, we've got a track from an album that was put out by Ronnie Earl and the Broadcasters, and I think this was the last album that this particular band have released. The album is called Beyond the Blue Door, and I've picked out a Little Walter song, great song called Blues with a Feeling.
Today, blues with a feeling, that's what I have today. I got to find my baby, takes all night and day.
remember breaking ground when the earth was bone dry, digging and sweating underneath that blazing delta sky. You put your seeds in the ground and pray for rain, all for the chance. Do it all again. It's in my soul and in my blood, that old Mississippi mud. I found out early you got to stay behind the mule. I learned things in the field I didn't never learn in school. Whole lot of lessons, whole lot of I came to understand. You fly so hard, let the chords get in your head. It's in my soul, in my blood. Oh yeah, that old Mississippi mud. Yes, it is. When I got to Chicago, I learned the city way. But I keep me some Mississippi in everything I play. I knew a man named Muddy. He done some plowing too. Took me in like a brother, and we made us some country blues. It's in my soul and in my blood. Yeah, that old Mississippi mud. You don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's in my soul and it's in my blood. Listen. That old Mississippi mud.
The James Cotton Blues Band there, featuring Keb Mo on vocals, a song called Mississippi Mud, and that brought to a close another edition of the Friday Night Blues Show, which was the first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7.